Thank you to this episode's sponsors, TPS, Easy to Recruit, Nakata, Motonomic, and ThinkCar. In this episode, we speak to YouTube influencer Matt Watson at The Blend and hear from our headline sponsor, TPS. At Kinetic, we heard from Darren at Autotech about their innovative solution for mechanics, chatted with Tim Scothern of Traffic Cops fame, caught up with Ambi from Easy to Recruit, and asked Jamie about his move to A1 ADAS. We were invited to the Paddock Speedshop TV show premiere, and finally show you highlights from the Gravity show and the first IAAF Gender Balance Council meeting. First up is Matt Watson.
I'm Matt Watson. Basically, some of what I do quite simply is I drive cars and say things about them to a camera. The key thing on social media, I suppose you want to know what your objective is, right? So ours was to help people choose which car to buy. That was our original objective. But then it started to move into we want to tell people about the brand CarWow. And ultimately, you end up trying to do something authentic. If you want to get big on social media, everyone who does well on social media, they are authentic. And all the different platforms will say that to you. Be authentic. Do something that's authentic to you. You look at what works, do more of that, and what doesn't work, you move on and don't do it again. And it's that simple. So if you're something like a specialist garage, say if you're a specialist Porsche garage, then people might consume that content because they're interested in Porsches in particular, and you can use it to promote your business. People might find you on Instagram. I think it's a little bit hard with just a normal garage that is doing every day, the kind of garages that would fix up the kind of cars that I own. It's a little bit harder then, but it depends what platform you're working on. So you could use things like Instagram, Facebook and that to just give some credibility so that when someone searches and they decide which garage to go to, they might have a look to just check your history to see who you are, and having some presence on social media can just give customers peace of mind. If you're doing long form video, if you want, that's kind of, I want to be a YouTuber rather than necessarily push my business, and it's going to take a lot of work, time, money and effort, and that could be something that you want to do because there's a lot of people making very good money by doing garage related content on YouTube, but that is a separate objective. I think it's easier to do short form vertical videos for most garages to just help raise brand awareness, and when people are searching for various garages in their area to use, videos from local garages could be popped up. So short form videos which are engaging, keep them short, sweet, to the point, but also provide some kind of interesting hook for the viewer so that they'll watch it. What is your garage? What does it do? If it's a general garage with just normal cars coming in, but it's not going to be a game changer doing social media, but it gives you social proof for your garage if people were to check when they're doing their searches on your garage. But I think you'd be better off just making sure your customers give you a good Google rating, because that's more likely that people search and get served stuff. One thing that is worth doing if you are going to go down that route is make sure you're doing YouTube Shorts, because with AI overviews, when people ask questions into Google, rather than sending people to websites, it now answers it for them, but it will often put a video. So let's say if you're a garage and you know someone puts in something about what do I need for my MOT, if you did a quick short video about 10 things to know about for your MOT, don't know why I did 2 and swore at you, but anyway, so 10 things you need to know about MOT, that really short and sweet, it could get served. Yeah. But with that, you do want to mention your garage within that piece of content.
Yeah, and if you get the effort of making the video, put it wherever you can.
Yeah, you've got to be careful though, because it can take a lot of time and effort and energy. You've got to think about, what is my business? What is it doing? I always think it's still worth having a social media account and maybe just uploading some photos and stuff. But if you really want to get reach, you have to do video, and you have to do short form video, because that's how you get that's how you reach people. That's how the algorithm will serve content to new people to get followers. But if you think about it, let's say you get you're a garage, you create some good content, you get 10,000 followers. Let's say half of those are in the UK, right? You're in Barnsley. What percentage of people are actually going to be in Barnsley, and what percentage of people are about to get their car MOT'd? Yeah. So you've got to think about it like this as well. Sometimes it can be better to just have a relationship with someone who's already got reach, that you have a kind of synergy with. So that's why I do this deal with GSF, right? Yeah. So I do content on cars that I buy that are a little bit shit and they need parts fitting to them. GSF sort me out with the parts. It's win-win.
Yeah, brilliant. And that, of course, that partnership has come from your hard work of knowing how to work social media and doing the videos you've done with the content you've done.
Which came from somewhere that had a lot of money invested, which had a clear thing that we've got this strategy that we want to be, we're going to spend, I'm trying to think what it was, a couple $100,000 to do this in the early days. And the reach wasn't great in the early days, but I was already had a following because I'd done some other channels called Car Buyer and Auto Express beforehand, so I read the algorithm and people out there knew who I was. So starting from scratch is really hard. I don't want to put you off, because you could be the next Matt Armstrong or something. But I don't want to put you off, but it's a different strategy. You either want to, if you're going long form YouTube, I want to be a YouTuber.
Know what you're going in for.
Yeah. What you can do, if you've got someone who's really into it, is one of the staff members, let them run with it, let them do some filming and posting. They could be the face of your garage. That's what you have to do. Find someone who wants to do it and let them do it, because that's when it's more likely to be a success. And, if you're a garage owner and you've got some young mechanic who wants to do it, maybe give them a little bit of leeway, maybe give them a little bit longer on a job. But that's going to cost you money because you can turn over less cars, right? So it's making that choice. But you'll find they'll probably put a lot of effort into it and do stuff in their own time as well.
TPS, part of the Volkswagen Group, supplies genuine parts to the trade. Our people are the beating heart of the business. Exceptional service, coupled with the expertise of Volkswagen Group vehicles, help us to build and maintain long-lasting relationships with our customers. And we work when the trade does, taking orders and delivering parts 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. When working on Volkswagen Group vehicles, TPS should be the first choice. Why? We supply Volkswagen Group approved genuine parts, which are manufactured to the same standard as the parts used when the vehicles were first built. Designed to fit first time, every time. And they come with a warranty as standard. When a customer needs to place an order with TPS, our team will advise on the exact part they need, along with any other associated parts, matched with the make and model they're working on. We will also check if we have the parts at our on-site TPS centre, where we stock thousands of Volkswagen Group approved genuine parts, quantum oils and consumables, as well as workshop tooling. So from cam belts to water pumps, antifreeze to batteries, bumpers to doors, our customers get the parts they need, exactly when they need them, on the same day of ordering. And if the part isn't in stock at the local TPS centre, our customers don't have to worry. Our central warehouse stores hundreds of thousands of parts, and we deliver overnight to our nationwide network of TPS centres. This means we can deliver to our customers the next day, and we don't just deliver once. We deliver up to 5 times a day, so our customers can plan their work, knowing the parts are on the way, getting vehicles off the ramp as quickly and safely as possible, meaning drivers can get behind the wheel and back on the road. TPS, genuine parts, knowledgeable team, trustworthy service.
So here we are at Sydney World at the NEC in Birmingham. We followed your story all the way through, and you're finally on the big screen. How does it feel?
It's a really, really strange feeling, Ben. I mean, it was made for TV, and then you're looking at it on a cinema screen like, oh my God, I should have trimmed that little moustache hair there, seeing every pore in your face. But what it does a great job of doing is just showing the stress, showing the engine, the feeling of the car. I hope that came across to you in the audience.
I think for me, because I've known you for 2 or 3 years now, the work you've put in, it's all come to fruition. And I know we've seen a show that's halfway through the series, but we now can't wait to see show 1 and see the story all the way through. We know the story, we've discussed it a lot. So for me, it's to see good people's hard work come to fruition. So I've got nothing but admiration for you, and congratulations on what you achieved.
Thank you very much. It's one of the challenges we face. It's that, this is in many ways a documentary. So what you see is a true story. There's no drama to it. Everything is as it happens. And being part of this industry, yourself and so many of our fans and so many of our sponsors, they know the truth already. Yeah. So you're already telling them something like, I was there. But it's like, you were there, but you didn't see this angle. This is what we had to go through there. We've just watched an episode at Silverstone Festival. I don't want to give too much away, but just to say that what you went through and what you show is not extraordinary, is it? That's what a lot of teams go through on the day. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we tried to contextualise in our heads in the sense that Formula One's here. People watch that. People watch Drive to Survive. And there's a disconnect, I believe, between the person that sits on their sofa or goes to a grandstand and actually being a part of that team. We wanted to bridge that gap. Classic motor racing, historic motor racing, is so different to Formula One.
Yeah.
You know, you aren't going with it. We do all the checks. You expect the car to work, and sometimes things just happen. Again, I don't want to spoil too much.
No.
But this episode is about that constant meat grinder of right when you think you've got something, right when you think you're getting in the steam, then it pulls you back and you go out again, and it's just about getting up and carrying on.
But we see it so often in the programmes now. I think people need to understand that what you see is the glitz and the glamour and the gloss. There's hundreds of thousands of hours gone into that, and I don't think people appreciate the hard work that goes on. If we look at F1, the car has not just arrived on the grid, it has had all the failings you've had as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and they get to do theirs in simulation. One of the struggles we face as the team we are and the budgets we have to work with is that you don't get to test the car until you're testing the car. That means paying for a race weekend or a practice session. That means travelling across the country. It's not like you can just jump and run it around the block. I mean, I think one group of people that do understand the struggle is classic car owners and restorers themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they know that these are trial and errors constantly, and you're constantly giving something and taking something and giving something and just trying to get it super duper sweet. And we get that by the end of the season. So I look forward to really seeing it.
And you've done all this as well as your day job?
Yeah, this is that 45 minutes. That's every day. I mean, we worked all around the clock. We're at the NEC Lancaster Classic Car Show now. We worked all around the clock getting our Mini ready, because that's episode 1 of the series that has a happening, and then we had to get it ready this week because it's just, you don't get around to it when you're running a race car like that. Overnight, we've assembled the engine, re-sprayed the front, everything. So, and it's looking fantastic over on Powerlight stand now.
Well, from Garage Talk, many congratulations. Can't wait for episode 1. Even though I've seen episode 5. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad you could see it.
Well done.
TPS, supplier of trade parts for Volkswagen Group vehicles, is firing up its biggest ever Black Friday deals this November, and they won't last long. Each week in November, TPS are launching new, limited-time offers across a huge range of parts, quantum oil, and up to 60% off quantum consumables. Perfect for garages looking to cut costs and boost performance. Don't miss out on TPS's biggest ever savings. Call your local TPS centre now. Terms and conditions apply. Visit tps.trade for full details.
Darren.
Ben, how are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
We're at Kinetic. Autotech have got some really exciting things going on, haven't they?
Absolutely, yes, yep, definitely. Obviously, alongside our other brands, the Recruit side, Academy, and our training side, the Connect is the newest part of the family. What we're doing is looking at future technology to try and support the industry, certainly the body shop industry as well, which is why we're here today.
Yeah, tell us some more about it. It includes a headset, I think, and things, so I'm really excited to see this.
Listen, Autotech Connect is a solutions provider, so it's not all about the headset, but yeah, absolutely, this headset enables, the best way to explain it is lesser skilled technicians to do more. So as an ex-after sales director myself, what would normally happen is a technician would get to the point where they can't fix the job, and we'd take them off because it's all about hours. But what this gives you the ability to do was have some form of a master tech or a more skilled person to puppeteer or guide someone through a repair.
You're going to show us, aren't you, I believe?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, if you look at the video here, what that's doing there is the gentleman there is whilst he's level 3 EV trained and he's fully aware how to keep himself safe and the vehicle safe, the fault on the vehicle is a little bit more complex. So instead of getting this guy there to travel halfway across the country to try and fix it, once again, that would have taken this guy off the job. What we're doing is giving him the ability to continue on this repair, and he's learning whilst on the job. He's being upskilled, and we're getting the customer's vehicle back on the road quicker.
And what can your engineers in back at Ranch see from this? So
basically, the device itself, it's an Android tablet. So anything you can do on a tablet or a phone, you could do it all fully voice controlled. So this camera here, basically you see through the eyes of.
Smooth.
So what you will see is basically what I can see from the eyes of. So you're sitting on the screen, so you're seeing what I see. And on my screen here, that's the equivalent of having a 10-inch tablet out at arm's length. So if you want to send me a wiring diagram or an exploded view of a part, you send that back to me. Basically, you could give me technical information live on the job.
So real-time solving the problem?
Real-time. It's got thermal imaging, so you can look at heating systems, cooling systems, braking systems, anywhere where you'd spend maybe a bit too much time trying to diagnose, you can go straight into thermal mode.
And sometimes as people, we get into a job, and if you have to leave that job, sometimes it's difficult to get back in the swing of things and where you were.
Of course.
That avoids that, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. So with the use of AI these days, you can talk what you're doing into the device, and it will basically give a summary of what you've been doing. So at any given point, you can go back to that. Also, as a technician, you join as a tech because you don't want to be writing reports or spreadsheets or PowerPoints. So this gives you the ability to actually talk into the device, and it will give you a summary of everything that you've done. And certainly in the college world, we're doing a lot with colleges at the moment because there's students out there with certain special educational needs that they struggle articulating what they do. But this gives you ability. It's almost like an AI note taker. So when they get to the point where they have to articulate what they've done throughout that period, they've got all the notes there as well, straight from the horse's mouth.
You do realise you continue this interview with the headset on, don't you, Darren?
I do, yes. Yeah. You do realise I'm recording you as well, right?
Oh, okay. Well, this is a double whammy, isn't it? It just saves, as you said, many hours, and enables people to get more work in, which means more money coming in for the business. It's a very profitable idea as well.
Yeah, listen, obviously we've got our recruit brand as well, and we're constantly trying to add new people into this industry, but I believe we're forgetting the people that are there, that are at this level, and actually if we could spend a little bit more time, like this guy there, we would take him off a job historically because he can't fix it. So why don't we spend a little bit more time with actually guiding him through a repair, saying go off, do this, and then next time when that vehicle comes in, he's going to be able to do it.
And that's what your technician sees?
Yeah, so basically this is the boroscope mode. So anywhere where you couldn't get your head or your camera, you can put the boroscope in, and then the person remotely can see exactly what you're looking at.
And that's just, there you go.
This is the thermal mode. So at this point, it's going to actually take a look at, see what relays are live. Once again, historically, you'd have taken that out and you'd have run a test on it. It's all about saving time.
Amazing. Technology's developing all the time.
100%.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
Easy to recruit. Flying, to be fair. I think that's the best way of saying it, isn't it? What is the phenomenon? Tell us the secret to this.
The secret is we're garage owners and we've made this platform for the garage owner.
Let me stop you there straight away, because I hear you're not just going to garage owners now as well. You're moving this along, aren't you?
Absolutely. So here today, we're connecting with insurance companies, other providers, and moreover, we've had a lot of response from the dealer network now. So we've got some amazing dealer groups that have onboarded with us, and we're solving the skills gap with them. And like I always say, what have the garage owner? I'm passionate about the independent garage industry because I'm a garage independent owner myself. So I've always said one statement: why wouldn't you try it once?
And I think the big thing at the moment is I've never believed we've had a skills gap. I've always thought we've had a welcoming problem. I think that's probably a better way of looking at it, because there's skills all over the world. We just need, as independent garage owners, to welcome people better into our, and embed them into our garages much better, and help them sell.
Well, you've hit the nail on the head. You know, we always talk about the skills gap. We can't get the staff. But really, I keep going on about the same thing as well. It's not a skills gap, it's a business gap.
Yeah.
You know, look, it's simple. Garage owners still think salary is what keeps your technician at work. That is not the B end or the starting point, in my view. If that was the issue, we'd keep paying higher salaries and we'll never be short of technicians.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. Okay, we're losing technicians and they're leaving the industry because it's the three elements, you know, we're missing the point here. You know, micromanaging them, putting pressure on them, not supporting them with training, you know, and expecting every issue that occurs in your garages is the technician's problem.
But then that creates another problem where you contract people from other industries, doesn't it?
Yeah, correct. So our industry, independent industry, it's a fragmented industry.
Yeah.
You know, the voice isn't collective at the moment for the independent side. You know, it's getting there. We've got some amazing, leaders, amazing garages doing some amazing stuff. But we are getting there. But as garage owners, we really need to sort the core problem out, which is the internal business problem. You know, we need to structure. Look, I feel, I speak to so many garage owners, they don't believe in their own business.
No. But that's because they've inherited the business. They're actually business owners. They run the garage.
Yeah. They lack a lot of confidence on the business side.
Yeah.
You know, let's touch on MOT advisories. You know, it's a big taboo if you upsell an MOT advisory. All you're doing is reading what's been advised to your client to advise him, you know, you've got this much left on your brakes, you've got this much wear on your tires, would you like it done now or later? And, you know, a lot of garage owners have got this statement, we shouldn't be selling advisories. That's just a small element. When we go to a restaurant, you know, they say, would you like fries with this?
Yeah.
You know, we're full to the brim and they're selling us a fries or dessert. It's the same thing. Give them the choice. The most important role in a garage, people think is the master tech in the workshop.
Yeah.
I firmly disagree.
Okay.
The most important role, running 6 garages for me, is the service advisor.
Yeah.
So, what is the first point of contact for a customer?
The person, advisor. Service advisor.
The last point of contact,
service advisor.
Service advisor. Most people.
Only point of contact might be the service advisor.
Only point of contact. What we're getting is a very passionate, technically minded garage owner. Not everybody. But, you know, they're missing the point that we're undervaluing our front office.
Well, it's been proven, because the thirst for your services is easy to recruit. It's gathering pace. And that's proving that actually we're getting skilled people in now who are going to tell you need to get that done. Not that you have to, but you need to save you money in the long run, because I'm offering you a better service than just saying it's an advisory.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've placed already this year 5 service advisors from overseas. These are competent people. If anyone's gone to the Arab countries or the Asian countries, the hospitality in the customer service is amazing. That actually reflects in the automotive industry when that candidate comes over. So we need to up our game on the service level side. We have a lot of good technical garages, but they're lacking the customer connection. They're lacking the actual value that you have to place in the lifetime contract you want with your customer.
TPS, supplier of trade parts for Volkswagen Group vehicles, is firing up its biggest ever Black Friday deals this November, and they won't last long. Each week in November, TPS are launching new, limited-time offers across a huge range of parts, quantum oil, and up to 60% off quantum consumables. Perfect for garages looking to cut costs and boost performance. Don't miss out on TPS's biggest ever savings. Call your local TPS centre now. Terms and conditions apply. Visit tps.trade for full details.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online, or call.
Tim Scothern, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
You're the reason why we have so many police TV traffic programmes on these days.
Yes. Yes, that's right. Yeah, long story. Back in about 2001, I ended up getting dragged into an old superintendent's office. It was quite. It's quite interesting with a body shop event because I did bend a lot of police cars back in the day, and he didn't like me for that reason. So he forced me to do an interview with Tonight with Trevor McDonald against my wishes.
Yeah.
And then back in the day when I was in my wee 30s, finally ended up on the TV in this starring lights on this programme, and then of course it was watched by the now director owner of the traffic cops and interceptors companies.
Yeah.
And they watched it and they thought, wow, there's a series in that. So in 2003, we released the first series of Traffic Cops ever, based on that interview with Tonight with Trevor McDonald. And 25 years later, they're still going strong. And last year, I was still on the TV shows, having just retired. But I was there on the Interceptors as a subject matter expert, so still going strong.
And I think the important thing is, none of it's staged, is it?
No, God, none of it's staged.
No.
So yeah, they basically will start of a shift. They would have a camera guy comes out with us, sits in the back, and wherever the radio goes and whatever the day takes us, that ends up being captured.
And I think, obviously, we see a lot of the action on the telly, but I think there's a lot of waiting for that as well, isn't there, for the cameramen and for yourselves, just doing your normal kind of...
Yeah, I mean, the film is over a 10-week period. Normally get a series out of 10 weeks. So there's some days are quiet and other days are crazy, crazy.
Do you think it helps? Do you think it ensures drivers are better drivers?
Ooh, the programme itself?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's highly entertaining. People absolutely love watching the programme. I think what it does is it opens the general community's eyes to the type of criminality that's out there.
Yeah.
Because we all, if we don't understand or don't see it for ourselves, we don't know it exists. So I think it brings a lot of attention to people being a bit more secure around the car, what they leave, items left in the car overnight, where they park the cars, how they drive, what to look out for, and hopefully it encourages people to ring the police more when they see something that shouldn't be occurring.
Because again, like the motor industry, actually, we can actually prevent crime rather than cure it.
Yeah,
and I think that would be a massive difference, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. I mean, that would be the golden chalice. If we could continue to strive to obviously improve security in cars, safety, features as a key one. We always talk about the fatal for road accidents and things, and if we can obviously get the message across, then that can only be a good thing.
Now, you've used your skills further in the automotive industry, haven't you? You're an EV specialist.
Yes, so when I retired, I've ended up working for Stellantis mainly, coaching around the country EVs, so everything across all 10 brands, any retailer. We've got a programme called Accelerating the Switch with the Stellantis Group, and we go in and we do car launches for Stellantis and cover the entire grid and the network for the training.
So come on then, opinion on the EV industry. I know it's a very divisive subject.
It is, and I think a lot of it for me is the fact that people don't understand it, and if you don't understand it, you're very quick to put blockers in the way. The biggest one is always infrastructure. Yeah. It's always batteries. It's always something. 80% of people I talk to could live with an EV and it would save them a fortune. And actually, I can say it with Stellantis, the EV product is a more premium product than the petrol equivalent.
Yeah.
So my job is to obviously get the sales teams to understand those blockers and hopefully encourage them to spread the message and allow people to be more confident to buy them.
The obvious big blocker is range anxiety.
Yeah.
We recently interviewed a guy coming from over in Europe who's actually developing a peer-to-peer system. So you could have a charger at your house, I can come and use that charger, I'll obviously pay the fee, and you'll actually make a commission out of it. Do you think that's going to help? Do you think the grid's ready for this?
Well, there's three fundamental things going off with the grid at the moment. One, Octopus Electroverse does already allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So somebody can have an Omi home wall box charger and actually put themselves out for rent. So you could park on the driveway and charge the car. This is really, really good. It's happening a lot around football stadiums.
Yeah.
So people can watch concerts, football, and while they're away watching the match, the car's charging so they can get home. And then you've got curb charging technology, which is growing exponentially. I mean, a great area to look at is Brighton, Coventry, Birmingham. They're three great cities because all their areas where there's no driveways, they're just now awash of lampposts equipped with car charging. And you're not digging the road up, you're not causing major infrastructure issues across the city, and they're just implementing these. And then commercial charging is still growing.
Yeah.
So, 86,000 chargers now.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, there's actually only 7,500 to 8,000 petrol stations left. And this is where the balance has tipped.
It has, but we're so far behind Europe as well. I think it's Holland where they have far more chargers per car.
They do, and the EU is to thank for that. But we are catching up. What we don't realise is that the people who are putting the chargers in are actually not related to the motor industry. They are private equity companies that want their return investment, and actually grabbing land to put charging on is problematic. So the wheels turn very slowly to get commercial chargers in place.
I think it's why shopping centres have become so heavily involved recently.
Yeah, power into shopping centres. Again, if you want to put 20 chargers in, you've got to have the power input to start with. So, but they are getting on top. The things are changing, and you can start to see now sites with 24 chargers, 36 chargers. Yeah. They're growing really exponentially.
Thank you, Tim. A fascinating insight into both the entertainment world and the EV world.
Yeah, moving from policing to electric vehicles.
Thank you.
What I love about the new Gender Balance Council is the fact that we've all come together to discuss an ongoing topic in the automotive aftermarket, which is obviously having a gender balance. A great group of people, all on the same wavelength, with great ideas, and hopefully we can make a change and make a difference and promote more people into the trade, not just women.
Hi, I'm Neil Grant from Hella, and I've just attended the first IAAF Gender Balance meeting, which was fantastic. One takeaway from me for today is just how many people are passionate about gender balance in our industry, and how many people from different areas of the industry have come together to really talk about some positive change that we can make. What I like about the aftermarket is the people, and I think if we can attract more people to it, then it can only make a better aftermarket for the future.
Biggest takeaway from today was women are inspiring. We need to keep doing what we're doing. Don't suppress what we're doing to appease others. And the aftermarket is the absolute best industry to be in.
I'm Andy Lees, Marlow Aftermarket, Head of Western Europe. Really enjoyed today. I think it's a topic and a subject matter that we should all take personally and make sure that we are bringing in new initiatives and opportunities for the next generation and some gender equality across the broad spectrum of jobs available in the automotive aftermarket.
I'm Gina from UPG UK and Ireland. What I've taken from today is that our website and our social media is very male dominant. We've got 7 or 8 female staff, and we need to showcase the ladies more. What I like about working in the automotive industry is that it's very varied, no day's the same.
I think my biggest takeaway from today is that the Federation is now building these communities that can help individuals really express themselves. And I'm seeing that more and more in our meetings, that we don't have to accept the status quo and that we can move the industry forward. And we shouldn't be afraid to do so. I think this is what the industry is crying out for, because we're an industry that's run by people and are a people industry. So I think that's what I love about the automotive aftermarket, is it's the people and the stories that come with those people.
The biggest takeaway from today was the amount of passion there was in the room, both genders, male and female, to instigate change, so that's really promising. Favourite thing about the aftermarket, the opportunities. It's like a family in the aftermarket. You work with some really great people, but more than that, about the different roles there are and the opportunities there are for all sorts of people, all walks of life.
Jamie, last time we spoke, you were elsewhere. You've moved to A1 ADAS. Why have you moved to A1 ADAS?
Was, mate. Really, really interesting being at All Data. It's my background. Love the motor trade. Nobody else will have me, so I just thought might as well try my arm, staying in that like data lane. I was with Autotech previously to that. It made sense to carry on that journey. I've come away from the data side. It's not that it's not interesting, but it's data. Everybody needs it. We build an industry around it. However, is it as exciting as emerging technologies? Is it as fun as trying to diagnose that car, trying to understand why it's doing what it's doing, and all those sorts of good things? And that's where I'm at this point in my career. I was given an opportunity, had a really good in-depth chat with Ian, met with Adam, met with Helen, understood that what they're trying to do in the industry and what they're bringing to it, and actually it's really ethical, so it aligns perfectly with what I want.
It's certainly an exciting time at A1, isn't it? I mean, they're progressing really, really quickly. But the fact is as well that they must be a good company to work for, because they're taking a lot of people, attracting a lot of attention, and it's all positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Doubling in size. So this time last year, 13 people. Now 30. We're putting more vans on the road. We're getting more capital equipment. We've got a bigger remote team. Our service levels have never been in such a good place. The name within the industry, really, really strong, synonymous with a good understanding of what's needed right now within the trade, whether or not that be with a small independent, which just doesn't have that capital to be able to put into any technologies that's needed to get that car back on the road again, or whether or not they're a huge, great big group and they just don't have that ability to be able to say, well, actually, each and every one of our sites, we're going to equip them with X, Y, and Z. Actually, we're an expert. We could probably put somebody in a van and come and see you same day, next day, or actually we can just dial in remotely. We don't always have to be on site. And that's the really exciting thing within the trade right now. Remote's been around for quite a while. There's a few different offerings on the market. What I'm going to say that we're unique in is the fact that everybody behind that remote team, everybody talking to anybody who is representing A1 has been there and done it. Yeah. And that for me was really, really poignant when I was trying to understand what my next move looked like outside of the data world.
So, more about Jamie Willis. What's your role at A1? What are you going to be doing?
I'm looking after relationships, whether or not that be understanding who's out there, what we've got, whether or not there's any pain points, whether or not we can alleviate some of those, maybe just reigniting some conversations which might have gone a little bit quiet, because we are growing. We have got more people on the ground, but actually we're also growing in terms of our workload. So therefore we can lose touch with people. Everybody in the industry is really busy right now. We're not dissimilar to that. We're really busy. So getting back in front of those people. And then along the way, if I can bang the A1 drum and just make us known to the industry that may not be aware of us or may not be aware that we do anything outside of ADAS. Yes, our bread and butter is ADAS, but we can come out, we can diagnose a car, we can look at a wiring loom for you, we can effect a repair which is as good as, if not better, than what a dealership would. So why lose the car for a couple of weeks? I'm not against dealerships, I've come from a dealer background. What I'm against is losing a car needlessly. We could keep it on site, we could maybe be there for 20 minutes, half an hour, and we don't have to go and give the car to a dealership for, best part of 2 or 3 days, maybe, sometimes. We keep the car on site.